Welcome back to Natural Land Bodybuilding, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how long does it take for a workout program to start to work. I mean, because a lot of times people start a workout program and before they're even done lunch, they're moving on to another workout program and they've only done 5 minutes of the first one. So there's something out there called like workout program panic attacks. And basically, I'm going to start a self-help group for this or something like that, because I see people all the time where they'll train a certain way for 2 or 3 workouts and then they're so nervous that it's the wrong way to train that they don't even give it time to even find out if it works. I mean, their body hasn't even recovered from the first workout and they're already switching workouts. So what I'm going to say to you is that when you are first learning how to train and you're first learning this whole game of bodybuilding or weightlifting or whatever type of discipline you have chosen to tread upon, you have to start with a structure. Now, the reason why you start with a structure is because you start to get a feel for how your body responds. So for instance, when I first started training, I'd just be doing arm curls and then I would see that my arms were a little bit tight or a little bit sore the next day. And sometimes they were sore or tight in different areas depending on what type of exercise I was doing or what type of incline I was doing on the incline curl or whether I was doing barbell or dumbbell. And I started to see patterns. So you start to see these patterns as you observe your training program, and then from there you start to be able to understand how your body responds and how it works. Now, if you start with just random anarchy all the time, you're never going to really figure out what seems to help you grow muscle and what seems to injure you, right? So when you first are starting, it's good to start with a structure, and if you receive a structure from myself, like with my workout programs or somebody else, it's good to stick to it as long as you're not getting hurt. Obviously, if you're getting hurt from something, then obviously you need to change something up. But if you're not getting hurt, it's good for you to stick to what is written, because there is something in that program that will show you how you respond. So whether it's the sets and reps or whether it's something about the program that is causing a certain type of adaptation in the system, there is a reason why it is prescribed a certain way. The person who is writing it for you is obviously seeing that there are certain patterns or certain trends that the body responds to, or certain types of stimulus that the body seems to respond to, and they are making a program with a certain structure based on this. Now, with my 2-day split program, I have certain sets, reps, and exercises chosen for a reason, because I've seen the body respond a certain way to certain types of exercises for the most part. I mean, I know everybody's going to have their certain deviations from this, but there's a certain reason why I've chosen certain rep ranges, certain sets, certain exercises at certain times. And as the program goes on, I up the intensity in different ways. There's more than one way to up intensity. And a lot of times people get stuck in the fact they think, oh, intensity, it just means, oh, you just up the weight. That's the only way to increase intensity. No, I mean, you can increase intensity through volume. You can increase intensity through frequency. You can increase intensity through weight, yes. And you can also increase intensity through stretch, right? Through stretching the muscle in a different way, because if you stretch too much, you snap something. But if you stretch enough, then it can cause the body to break that muscle down and then grow greater amounts of muscle, right? That's our goal here as natural bodybuilders. So I just had somebody on the Facebook group say they are changing to this program, and they were doing my program for a bit, but then they started adding extra sets within the first few weeks, and then they end up overtraining, and then they said, well, now I'm going to try a different program. Well, first of all, start with the program and do it as it is written before you start messing around with it, because adding extra sets and frequency and weight over a certain period of time will overtrain you. So any program that's a decent program will really just be taking one variable and then upping that before it starts to up all the other variables, right? Because if you increase the intensity in one variable, that's enough to cause adaptation. You don't need to go overkill. If you go overkill, your body doesn't recover and you overtrain. There's something that a lot of times people don't know, and it's called escalating intensity. Now, beginners cannot train with the same intensity level as a guy who has been training 10 or 15, 20 years and who is an advanced trainer. So if you've only been training a few months or even a few years, and then you try to do the same intensity type program that a person who's a 15-year veteran or 30-year veteran, and you try to do that right away without easing into it, you're going to overtrain or injure yourself or possibly get no results whatsoever, right? Go backwards a bit. So you have to slowly escalate the intensity. You can't just go overkill. It's kind of the same as just putting a 1-rep max on the bench and doing that for 10 sets instead of actually doing sets of 10 or sets of 8. A lot of you guys have tried my principle of changing the rep ranges up and you've gotten results from it. Well, the reason for this is because it helps you rest certain areas while you're bringing some intensity to the other areas. And the other reason why is because a lot of people are training too heavy all the time. They're overtraining, just pounding their joints to death, and they're not necessarily working the muscles any harder. They're just chronically overtrained or injured, one of the two. So bear this in mind when you're doing a training program or any new training program you're embarking upon. Don't fall for the workout program panic attack, okay? Because that's really going to impede your progress, because really what it means is that you're spending more time worshiping worry instead of just trying things out and seeing what happens. I guarantee you, if you just train, you'll be fine. You're not going to lose the results that you got before. It's not going to be the end of the world. And this is something that happened to me when I was young. I used to get too worried about losing results, so I wouldn't experiment and do some very valid training techniques because I thought, oh, what if I lose my results? You're not going to lose your results. Your results come back right away if you even lose a little bit. And at the same time, you're going to venture into new territory and learn new things, and I guarantee you'll get way more results in the long run. So don't be dominated by your worry or your fears about stuff. I mean, that stuff's going to kill you faster than anything when it comes down to growing in workout wisdom. WW, man. Workout wisdom. The Raven agrees. Thank you. So I hope this helps you out in your training. If you need to get hold of me, just go to naturalgalantbodybuilding.com, and thanks to the Patreon supporters, and take care for now. Mountain, and it's freaking snowing outside, as you can see. Ugh, cold. Now I gotta go do a live workout chat. I do live workout chats on Friday, in case you guys don't know. I'll see you there.